Sup, everybody?
Oh, hi.
Yeah, when the
That
credits start, that's usually when we start.
That's totally delayed.
How long have you been doing this?
How long have I actually really paid attention?
Unbelievable. Alright, what is going on, everybody? Good evening, and I hope everybody had a great week. It is Friday.
Friday.
Alright, we are live. Alright, just want to make sure, and, wow.
I have my computer back.
Computer?
And my mouth guard's in, so...
Why don't we wear a mouth guard during,
But I had to. It was hurting too bad.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
So, sorry I'm going to sound funny.
Well, that's normal, but...
Wow. Okay, I have it, but... It's updating.
What are you at? 20%.
Woohoo! Half an hour ago, I just started it, so...
Alright.
It might be done by the time we end.
That's what I was thinking.
But it's here.
That is important.
And it's not broken.
And it works.
And it works.
So far.
So far.
It's got a little wobble to it.
Yeah, that I'm a little irritated for, but...
Yeah, I think that's going to be because it has no rubber.
Okay, well... it needs to be fixed. Because I don't like it.
Hey, you should have the old rubber, and then you can...
Aren't you never supposed to reuse rubbers?
You're not supposed to, but in this case you might want to.
I don't know what I did with it.
What are you doing?
I was looking for it.
Right now?
I thought it might be behind me. Why do you always have to be in the lies?
Because she
Come here.
feels
Come
very
here.
important.
Hugs. Give me hugs. Thanks.
That's our Nick.
Look at Peppa Pig.
Oink, oink. Alright,
Alright, babe, get down.
so how was your week?
I think this was a very long week.
Why?
It's just been busy. Very busy.
Busy doing nothing?
I do a lot.
It's been a nice week as far as weather goes. We've had thunderstorms.
I know. I miss those. Believe it or not, I miss those. I used to, before we moved here, I used to be deathly terrified of the thunderstorms. Like, full-blown panic attacks.
UaM Piper.
Yeah. But when you lived in Kansas for a while, thunderstorms aren't typically just thunderstorms.
What are they?
They turn into tornadoes most of the time.
You know, if that were true, there would be nothing left in Kansas or Nebraska or Missouri.
Why do you think most of those houses are brand new all the time?
Well, why do you think Florida has brand new houses all the time? Blown over by hurricanes.
No, because we get a lot of people, snowbirds, that decide they want to stay.
Yeah. Traffic around here is horrible. You know, the funny thing is, traffic being bad around here is still not as bad as the DC area.
That is true. I will never forget the time when we first got here. They were like, oh my god, you might want to consider alternate routes. There's a 5-minute backup on the bridge. And we looked at each other like, 5 minutes? Like, that's nothing.
What's 5 minutes?
It was funny.
Yeah, they do get all bent out of shape for like a 5-minute backup or a 5-minute delay or whatever it may be. It's really kind of funny how they get all panicky and stuff. Nikki, we're gonna get you your own chair. You want that?
She'd be okay with that.
I'm sure. That or a nice bed. She can lay right up here, but she'd break our tables. She's so big.
She is not that big.
She's like...
She was the same size as Piper.
No, she's like 300 pounds.
She is not.
When she walks, you can hear her oink, 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 oink.
Okay, she does oink, but that's not the point. It's funny because me and Paula were sitting down painting today, and we heard snoring, and she's like looking around. I'm like not thinking anything of it because I hear it all the time, and then she goes, "Okay, either you got a pig or someone's snoring." And I'm like, "Oh, that's Nikki," and she does both. So
how's your mouth this week?
Sore. I mean, like, so it's not as bad as like the first couple days, but there is a couple nights that I've had to not really eat because it hurts. I am taking medicine throughout the week. Obviously I have my garden right now. It's mostly like my jaw. I mean, like the tooth part hurts a little bit, but it's mostly the jaw.
Mm-hmm.
I have really bad TMJ, so holding my mouth open for so long, and then messing with it on this side.
I don't like PB&J.
I love PB&J.
It's nasty.
But I said TMJ.
Oh.
Anyways. So, but then messing on the side and messing with the nerves is just...
You get on my last nerve all the time.
Same.
You know, you should really tell me when I'm on your first nerve, though.
You think you got jokes tonight?
I got jokes all the time.
Oh, we're at 21%.
All right.
Woohoo.
And it's been 7 minutes in the broadcast so far.
It's not going to get done tonight.
It might be done by tomorrow morning. Hopefully by the time you can get our videos up and running.
Those are done.
They're not. People want to see day 2.
And they will see day 2.
On day tomorrow?
On day tomorrow.
Okay.
At its premiere time, which is 9 o'clock.
You've got less than 24 hours to get a video ready.
And I've got one almost. I have an idea.
You know, usually you're supposed to get ready before the broadcast. You're like, gotta fix my hair.
It was starting to come down.
You want me to go get your makeup and...
Dude, would you?
No, you don't need makeup anyways.
Whatever. This is scary looking.
Have you seen Caitlin? Okay.
And we're only picking on her because I think she's watching live, which...
Maybe. She's watching, or she watches the replay of it. You know,
Oh, that's weird.
these kids wanted to know how our trip on the Paradise was so bad, and they wanted to see all of our video that we had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
They
like,
were so upset that we wouldn't show them right
I was
away.
like, watch the vlogs. Watch the vlogs. I want you guys to watch the vlogs. You know, we generally have to force them to watch the vlogs.
I know. I don't get that.
I don't either. And they were
I will
so...
watch our vlogs like 20 times over again. I'm sure that most of our views are because of us.
I don't think so.
It was a joke.
Some of them are impressive, actually. Some of the views. But yeah, I mean, I do watch our vlogs over because I like to know what I think I can improve on. I think, you know, with the live shows, we've come a long way. I think from our very first welcome video, we've come a long way. I think in general, we just have come a long way. And I'm proud of what we've done. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, with the live shows, me figuring out, you know, a program that will allow us to put pictures up on the screen or video, whatever we need to do.
Our intro and ending.
Our intro, the ending credits, our little things right down here. So, just things like that. It's pretty cool. So, like I said, I watch back and I like to see what we can improve on. I think that's how you do improve.
Mm-hmm.
We're up to 23%.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, like in the Allure vlogs, you were facing people's feet, but we realized that. So
I think a lot of it was because I was afraid of getting people in the camera.
Well, who cares? You're on a public ship.
I understand that now, but like I didn't get that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, I can't get your face. I'm so sorry. And
Yeah.
now I'm like,
So, who gives a? But anyway, are you having fun over there with the making noises and playing with your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Well, we have a very, very action-packed news segment. Why don't we get into? Let's start with. Well, I don't want to start with that because if I start with that, it could go on forever. So we're not going to do the Star Trek ones yet. So what I want to start with is, so everybody knows. Let's not do that one yet. Let's do the.
How about you go to the one that we will start with?
Huh?
You said let's do this one. No, not this one. Let's do this one, not that one.
Well, because there's a lot of them that are the same, but different topics. So I think we're gonna do this one. Let's see what I got up on the screen.
Yeah, so that's a big new one.
All right. So this happened January 28th. So earlier this week. So let's talk about it. The 7.7 magnitude earthquake hits near Jamaica. Obviously, the tsunami luckily did not hit. But there were a lot of like aftershocks and stuff like that.
The whole earthquake was actually felt in Miami.
Was it?
Yeah, there's people saying that they thought it was actually in Florida because their buildings and things were shaking in Miami. Crazy.
Yeah. So that's a pretty big earthquake to be near Jamaica. I mean, luckily it didn't hit on Jamaica, but you know, it could still do. Luckily it didn't. Major damage. You know, it's close to Cuba, Cayman Islands, stuff like that. Dominica.
And then you have to
Haiti.
think about like all the cruise ships that are out
Cruising
there,
around that
going
area.
out there. Yeah. I mean, think about that. You know,
Yeah.
that's in the water. That's where cruise ships live. So you could just
Well,
imagine
that is true.
all the waves and rocking and stuff on for all the boats.
I definitely wouldn't want to be anywhere near that.
Nope.
But luckily, nothing major. It was just a really big earthquake, and I don't. No reports of any injuries that I know of. Did you hear any?
Not that I know of.
Mm-hmm. Just damage like sinkholes, bricks lifting, and you know, so on and so forth. So I guess they had 3 major cruise ships that day docked.
So as of 3 days ago,
Why did I really sign me out?
as of 3 days ago, there were still no injuries reported.
Mm-hmm. So that's good. All right, so we're gonna pop off of that one and go on to our next stories. I'm just glad no one got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jamaica's such a nice place, so I'm glad no one got hurt there. So let's do something a little bit more upbeat. We're gonna do we did it last week, and we reported that the Carnival Mardi Gras got its funnel. This week, they're testing its float.
Oh yeah, it came out of dry dock.
No,
or it didn't come out. They filled it up.
They filled the dry dock to see if it float.
Yes. I corrected myself. As
Yeah,
soon as
right.
I said it, I knew what I
Good job.
messed up.
But yeah, apparently it didn't sink in the dry dock. It floated
That's
up.
always good.
Yeah, especially when it's a brand new ship. Still got a lot to do. Still, but
Okay.
they just wanted to see if it floats and see if they need to do anything else to it. So, no, we're up to 27% on your computer. So very cool on that.
Coming soon. Coming soon.
Mardi Gras is going to be a really nice ship.
It will be.
Everybody's mentioning that there's no roller coaster on the Mardi Gras yet. Well, it's not ready to come out. They're not going to put the roller coaster on yet. Just find that funny. So let's do this one. Now, I reported on this as well. But now the attorney for the family comes out.
The little girl with that died because the grandfather dropped her out of her window.
Not pushed her, but
Dropped her out of her window.
Right. All right, Fox. We don't need you to report things. So yeah, they're just saying that. Seriously, I closed you. Stop it. So basically, he is saying that Royal Caribbean was at fault because they knew it's not as up to date as their newer ships, where railings are higher or whatever it may be. Well, guess what? Freedom of the Seas is not a newer ship. He was saying it's just not compliant with industry standards. So, I think that's a stretch. I still stand by what I believe, which I believe that he was negligent. Unfortunately,
It's an unfortunate event, but I do think the grandfather was more at fault.
I mean, he knew that window
He picked the kid up knowing the window was open.
Right.
I mean, that's like standing out on a balcony and
Like
holding your kid over it.
I was going to say, like that stupid lady did that got kicked off the cruise ship a couple of months ago.
Or that.
And if she would have fell and got killed, her family would have wanted to sue Royal Caribbean. And people are just, I don't get it. They're just too sue happy around here.
Yeah.
Because you were negligent. You want to sue. Speaking of tragedies, Sunday Kobe Bryant's helicopter.
Mm.
I know we usually don't cover sports, but that was quite a disaster.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the news or you're not from here, he's a
where the hell have you
basketball player.
been?
And him and his daughter and a few other passengers on a private airplane or helicopter.
His private helicopter.
Yeah, it crashed and
Right outside of Los Angeles.
all of them died. So
apparently there was an option that he could have got that the Transportation Safety Board was trying to get the FAA to mandate. I guess something that tells you that something's in the way, like a mountain, to tell you to pull up. But that's an option. It's an option for those helicopters. So it's sort of like
your mountain in your way.
Maybe, but sort of like your backup beepers on your car. They're an option. But the NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board, something like that. I think I got that right. They were trying to get the FAA to imply that as an industry standard, and they didn't. But I bet you it will be now. But tragic event on Sunday. With
I have random thoughts all the time. Okay. So I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but think about this. He's got to have a really big coffin. He is tall. Those basketball players are like 7 feet tall.
Or you just need a box this big.
Got a little bit bigger than that. My rabbit's in a box this big.
Just saying. Just all depends on how he wanted to go. But yes, it would be a very long box if he wanted to go whole.
Go whole?
Yeah, go whole. Like whole body.
Oh, like whole body, like in the hole? Because I'm thinking, like, what would you do? Like, chop it up? Like...
Alright, so we got a bunch of... So the big story going around... This could take a few minutes.
Coronavirus?
Yeah. So we'll start with the multiple cruise lines. Canceling
Their Chinese cruises?
Their Chinese sailings. So this has been big news. The coronavirus, if you haven't heard, it's a big outbreak in China and a couple other countries, but the biggest portion is in China, and it's bad. I mean, cruise ships all around China are canceling going to the mainland of China. Costa Cruises, MSC, Royal Caribbean, Genting Cruise Lines, all canceling cruises. This thing is really bad, and they have no antidote right now to fix it.
Well, there's one in Los Angeles, a little girl. But luckily, it's not the same. Luckily and non-luckily, it's not the same strand that's in China. It is actually a different one that is not fatal.
Yeah, that's the rare one.
Yeah. But luckily, it's not fatal.
But yeah, major changes to the cruises to China.
Aren't some of them testing the passengers too?
Yes.
I guess it's your next one.
So some 5,000 passengers and 1,200 crew screened for coronavirus, and 148 of them were isolated. This is off of a Costa ship. What is that? Costa what?
Venezia?
Venezia. Returned to Shanghai, right? Shanghai
Yeah.
port. And on a 6-day cruise to Vietnam.
Yeah.
But anyway, all these people were screened and 148 were isolated. In China, they have shut down a whole city.
Mm-hmm.
It is that bad. There are Americans stuck over there too. And I know that there are people trying to get the Americans back over here that are stuck. And they have a place in San Francisco that I guess is ready to take them in and treat or release if they don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they do need to get out of China. I do agree with that. But I do worry about bringing it over here. I guess as long as it can be contained.
I'm sure the infectious disease, the federal
CDC.
Yeah. I'm sure they would have it under control.
I would hope so, but I don't have that much faith in my government.
That's sad, but it's true.
But hopefully it can be contained. So let's talk about another thing here. Going on with this, canceling cruises to China. Let's talk about the revenue loss.
Oh, good lord. That's like, think about that. That's a couple grand per room. Multiple rooms per cruise, trip.
So basically you would be talking, every lost voyage could cost $4 million in revenue.
Uh-huh.
These are all the ships that would be going out of China. Let's see. Royal Caribbean has canceled cruises from Shanghai. And Carnival Cruise Line has canceled several as its scheduled trips in the region. Of its scheduled trips in the region. Let's see. Royal Caribbean stock was down 3.8% as of 1:30 Eastern Standard Time on Thursday. Carnival was down 4.6%.
That's just crazy. I understand it, but it's crazy.
I mean, you just can't go there, but that's the unfortunate thing about, canceling cruises. It costs these cruise ships millions of dollars to cancel cruises. Like for instance, when Hurricane Dorian held up our cruise on Allure. So we got our days back that we missed.
Mm-hmm.
And some.
Mm-hmm.
With the people that were on the ship, they got a free extended vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And they got compensated
Mm-hmm.
as well. So think about it. For those 2 cruises, I guarantee you Royal Caribbean didn't make any money.
Yeah.
Just because
well, you have to think though.
hurricane.
That's one of the reasons why. Like, I don't think I've ever. Well, I don't want to say they were pushy on certain things, like buying certain things, but they were very. They made sure they were out there to sell.
I think there was a lot of selling in the promenade, and I don't like that. I feel like they're taking up my space.
Yeah, like that's supposed to be like a
neat,
open area,
a neat environment, you know, to be able to walk around, and I really couldn't enjoy the promenade because of that.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling, you know, I've seen from other posts and stuff that that's what they do anyway. They fill up that promenade, and it's just not somewhere you want to be where they're trying to push you to buy stuff.
I think a lot of it's because people expect it to be kind of like the malls, and the malls have a lot of those center stores.
Yeah.
And I think
Center
that's kind of
kiosks.
what. Yeah, I think that's kind of what they are trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why.
Oh, your computer's restarting.
Well, it's only at 30%, so.
Well, it had to restart. You have battery on that thing.
I did.
All right, so let's see. Next one is oops, that's not the one we wanted to do, but we'll do it anyways. All right, so cruise ship screen passengers and change routes to battle coronavirus threat.
So yeah, we basically already kind of talked about how they were screening on the passengers, and now they're trying to reroute your cruises. So.
And they're also, you know, yeah, screening is a big thing to make sure that nobody's getting on with any type of disease, because they certainly don't want that coronavirus to spread on a ship.
And then take it to other countries.
Right.
Because you're visiting multiple countries.
A lot of people call these things a floating petri dish sometimes.
Well, I like Royal because they'll make you use washy. Happy. But like Carnival doesn't. They have them there, but they
have
don't.
them everywhere, but they don't stand in front of the buffet and saying washy.
Yeah, like in Royal, you don't have a choice.
Well, you do, but
you washy. Yeah, washy. Happy. You don't really have much of a choice.
There you go.
Woohoo!
Didn't Caitlin get around one?
I think because she snuck behind me, and they didn't see her. But it is what it is.
Yeah. So anyway, a cruise ship carrying 6,000 tourists went into lockdown at the Italian port of. I'm not even going to attempt that.
Vicia.
What she said.
Civica.
On Thursday, over fears of Chinese passenger may be infected with the virus. Health officials cleared the ship after diagnosing common flu. So that was the Norwegian Dawn. What?
Nothing.
That was the Norwegian Dawn that we just seen. But yeah, that was. Huh.
That's what came to my mind.
Well, I wonder. I don't know if it was Norwegian. It doesn't say what it was, what the cruise line was.
If it goes to Italy, do you really think you'll understand it?
Well, yeah. It may have been another Costa ship.
Let me see,
Or
because...
P&O. I don't know.
Never.
Nevertheless. What?
I was gonna look.
No, that's fine. We're moving on. Moving on. Let's see. See if I can do that one now. What I originally wanted to do. That's the one I wanted to do. Alright, coronavirus. Carnival Corp ship the Costa. I can't say these names.
Smeralda.
Anchored in Italy.
Italy?
Italy.
Italy.
You know what? I'm just going to bed. With nearly 7,000 passengers on board, was on lockdown after the virus scare. So once again, they had to scan all these people on the ship because of this coronavirus.
Dwight, what are you looking at?
I don't know what I'm looking at here. Yeah. So about 750 passengers on board were from China. You know, and I want to be clear, just because somebody's from China doesn't mean they have the coronavirus, guys. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So don't be mean to your neighbors, your friends, because they're Chinese or anything like that. Just keep in mind that, you know, they're more scared than we are, really, because their whole operation is on lockdown over there, you know.
Family, friends, their home.
Mm-hmm. So keep that in mind. I've got one more news story here from Carnival Cruise Line. So Carnival Cruise Line announces new restrictions due to coronavirus.
Oh, that's a really pretty picture.
Thanks.
So a lot of our news is just basically about this coronavirus. It's actually a really big thing,
Well,
guys.
I told you that, you know, this is why I wanted to do those other ones and keep all the coronaviruses together. You know, keep it isolated.
Mm-hmm.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Don't let it spread. Yeah, I know. I'm funny and smart like that.
No, you're just a dork. But I guess it's lucky. You're lucky that I love you.
All right, so there's no impact of cruise ships which call in the Bahamas, as the government is not allowing any guests who have been to China in the last 20 days. This doesn't just impact Carnival Cruise Line, but other cruise lines too. Carnival's is according to all guests who have traveled to China at least 14 days prior to their embarkation day will not be allowed to sail. I mean, you know, it's unfortunate, but it's a precautionary thing. And I have to, you know, side with the cruise lines on this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, if I was on the cruise ship, I would not want all this viruses and stuff around me. So, you know, I have to agree with them on that. So that pretty much covers all of our news. So now we're going to do something a little different this week.
Kind of what we did last week.
Yes, but a little bit different because we did Picard first. We're going to do Star Trek Discovery. Now, last week, you said that it was boring and you weren't interested. We are on season 2, in the middle of the season. Can you give me an update?
I really like it.
So now you like it.
I do. I think because the beginning was a little weird, but then so we can actually.
Yeah, we can talk
okay.
about that.
So I don't like the fact that the really sexy gay doctor dies, and I cried.
He came back.
He came back, yes, but I cried when it happened. I was legit, I was a baby. I was so upset about that. And just the heartbreak. He came back, but something's just not right because he's not okay.
Well, we're at that point where he just came back and...
Can I give it my prediction?
Okay. We'll see if it's right.
I think he's going to not be gay anymore. Because, here's why. Because the first doctor said it was basically a complete rewrite. His DNA was completely rewritten. So, he's restored. Okay? So, his scar was gone, and he doesn't look at Thanos the same way as he used to.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about that, but that's...
And that's going to break my heart. Because it's going to be like he's losing him all over again.
When he's trying to hook up with Michael?
Yeah. Or something.
So, this series, as you notice, follows... What's her name? Michael Burnham. Burnham. So it follows her. Where most treks, they follow the captain or the ship.
Yeah.
What do you think about that way of doing things?
I kind of like it.
Yeah. So you'd be alright if you followed Riker? Or Chakotay? No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But no, I think I like it because it still shows
or Major Kira?
everything that happens.
You know Major Kira?
Sure. She's okay. She's kind of annoying. But I like that it still shows everything that's happening, like all the missions and everything else. But I like her backstory to it, especially because she's Spock's foster sister.
Commander T'Pol. I would totally watch that. Commander T'Pol.
Oh my god, it keeps restarting.
Well, it's got all these updates to do. So you're liking Star Trek Discovery?
Yes. I'm kind of upset that it's going to be ending soon.
Well, it's not technically ending.
It's ending for us.
Because we're coming up on the end of season 2.
They need season 3 out.
Your PC ran into a problem. With a sad face.
No, with a sad face. To the side.
I continue to like it. I told you last week that I liked it. So I continue to like it. It's not my favorite Star Trek by any means, but it's better than I thought it would be.
Hold on. So what is your order?
My order?
Taking Picard out because
I was going to say Picard is new, so that's not fair to Picard. But I haven't finished watching the full second season of Discovery. But my order, I think Star Trek The Next Generation is still my favorite. Still running into problems.
Okay, so we got Next Generation.
Star Trek Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, even though Star Trek Enterprise had a very slow first season, I'm going to put Star Trek Enterprise at number 3.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put Star Trek Discovery at number 4.
Okay.
And Star Trek Deep Space Nine at 5, and Star Trek The Original Series 6.
I could pretty much concur with that. I would switch 3 and 4. It'd be Next Generation, Voyager, Discovery, Archer, or Enterprise, Deep Space Nine, and Original Series. That one, let me tell you, Original Series was the hardest to finish.
Okay, remember this, the original series came out in the late 60s, in 1967.
I know.
And it was out for 3 years, and the graphics are nowhere near where they are today, or even when it was, Next Generation. Even the beginning of Next Generation was kind of cheesy.
Pew! Flash, flash, flash! Pew! Flash, flash, flash!
You watched Batman. Batman was on the same time.
I know. But see, when
Bam! Pow!
But when I watched
Boom!
Batman when I was a kid, it seemed cool.
And they had the same computer.
Yes, but it was cool when I was younger. Now I'm watching Batman and it's like, how did I think this was so cool?
I think if you could redo the original series, which I don't think you can, but if it were to be possible, I think the original series could be good.
Yeah, but I wouldn't redo it.
Yeah, because of the original. Yeah.
The whole original series, people.
Yeah, you got, Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner.
Plus Spock's died. So.
Yeah, but you just see Spock in Discovery. Different Spock.
Yeah, the younger version of him.
I do think they could have probably did better than that one. But maybe it's just the beard.
Maybe.
I don't think I'm used to seeing Spock with a beard. Although Leonard Nimoy looked pretty good at, what is it, the Terran? The Terran timeline?
Yeah.
Like he wore the beard there, like a goatee.
Yeah.
I like the Terran timeline. That was my favorite. Too. That was my favorite part of Star Trek Discovery so far. And it was I'm pretty sure it was my favorite part of Enterprise as well.
Of Enterprise, yeah. I'm gonna say I liked all the Borg stuff in Next Generation.
Next Generation didn't have Terran
I know.
timeline.
Yeah, well.
Yesterday's Enterprise doesn't count.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Because that was
the original series had the Terran.
That's what I just said.
I think you said Enterprise.
Enterprise did.
But the original series.
Okay.
Also.
Pretty sure maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
You said Deep Space. When we rewatch this tonight.
Did not say Deep Space Nine.
I thought you did.
No. I said Discovery.
That's what I meant, Discovery. The other D1. Yeah, I don't know. It's undoing everything it did. Literally, my computer says, undoing changes made to your computer.
Maybe no video. Alright.
So, if we don't get a video tomorrow, sorry.
Star Trek Picard. Let's talk about the first episode last week.
Ugh. Okay. I don't like that Dodge dies. Okay? She's the reason what all this came about. And I'm sure there's some, like, long-term, like, reason to it, but as your first
But there's a double.
frickin' episode,
There's a double then.
come on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I really like Star Trek Picard so far. I really love how they had a pit bull, bulldog, whatever it is, in there as number one. His trusty, not lusty, trusty sidekick. As Picard has really never shown affection like that. He's really only had like a goldfish in the ready room, which I just watched Star Trek Generations and they totally did not save the goldfish.
You don't know that.
Oh, that's true.
It could have very well easily been like, oh, red alert, let's just put up this titanium shield around the fish, and then they beamed it out. You don't know. Have you seen it? Did you see the fish dead on the floor?
I thought I seen something.
No.
No?
Let's try.
Okay.
So you don't know.
But
I'm pro save the animals.
you know, she had some awesome fight scenes right as she got killed, and it's pretty awesome. Oh, if you haven't seen it and you want to see it for free, CBS is offering it for free with CBS All Access and right here on YouTube. So check it out. Go to CBS's YouTube page after you hit subscribe to this one, and after the show's over, obviously. But
Yeah, don't do it right now.
Yeah.
We're too awesome to leave.
we're
Well, at least I am.
no. We just let you think that.
Whatever.
So yeah,
You could not live without me.
I know. So the second episode, can't really talk about, but are you more hooked?
I was hooked with the first episode, but
I will give you this spoiler. Still no 7 of 9. Still waiting for 7 of 9.
yeah. So I definitely am waiting for the third one, but I hate this waiting for a week.
I don't want to
Wait and then rewatch them because all the spoilers will come out.
I feel for the people that haven't watched it yet. Maybe they're waiting for the weekend to watch it, and you know, it just literally got released yesterday, so maybe they haven't got a chance. They're watching our show instead of watching.
No, I'm not worried about that. I'm saying waiting a whole nother week to watch the next one.
I thought you meant to. Okay. Well, that's because you're spoiled and you're used to watching all the Star Treks as much as you want. You know, when we binge watched all of them, except the cartoon one. I can't do that one.
Oh, that was too weird.
You know, the original series is already weird enough. The cartoon one's even.
That one took us. I'm dead serious when I say it took us forever. We would watch, we watched all of Deep Space, and we would.
You know what's funny? We started the original series before we started Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, and we finished all of Deep Space Nine first.
And we still had like a whole season to go on.
But see, like, even though we watched The Next Generation, we went back and rewatched every episode. So we literally have watched every single episode of Star Trek up until this point, minus the rest of Discovery.
And also, we've been watching a lot of the ones, like we just watched Generations, which has a lot to do with Picard, the new series. CBS All Access doesn't have Nemesis on there for some reason. But I know we watched Nemesis not too long ago.
But we've watched all the movies.
Yeah, we've watched them all. But these are movies, these are shows and movies that link the Picard series.
Oh yeah, like the Mars Children or something?
Yeah, Children of Mars.
Yeah. Like we even watched that.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of Star Trek shorts, and we've been watching a couple of those. Been really watching on the Star Trek Discovery for the past week and a half.
We're almost done with it.
Yep. Yeah, but so far so good. Another one I can't wait for is the Orville on Hulu.
I love Orville. That show is so funny.
Yeah, I like the Orville.
Seth MacFarlane is just he's hilarious.
He's funny as long as he keeps his mouth shut about politics.
Yeah, I don't like when people get into politics. I mean, have your opinion, fine. Don't. You're an entertainer. Be an entertainer.
Yeah, that's why we don't push politics on this show. Because I could sit here and talk to you about an hour or more about politics, but I'm not going to. Because I know I got friends on both sides of the aisle, and I don't want to.
No, I'm gonna rock the boat.
Rock the boat like
baby.
this.
Right?
But yeah, that about sums it up. Hopefully,
Seriously, Nick.
Miss Heather will get another video up so we can have a video for tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
We'll see.
I'm hoping.
I've been having a hard time with the internet and everything. That's why I was hoping this.
I'm hoping I'm hoping to be able to get my drone review up. Hopefully soon. Need to do that. Also, just to keep you guys in the loop, because this is a Us and More channel. I'm gonna be fixing our shower faucet, hopefully, and not breaking it. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. Why are you laughing? I fix stuff all the time. Why are you laughing?
No, just the way you said it. Like, I'm gonna fix it, or hopefully not break it.
Well, it's true. But yeah, I'm gonna do little how-to videos. I know a lot of you guys are out there and you guys do your own home improvements and stuff like that, or just fixing random stuff like shower faucets. So when things break around here, I think we're gonna.
I fixed the back door.
Yeah, you should have recorded it.
Update virus protection. Oh no, my computer has the coronavirus.
No, that's what's
Kidding.
wrong with
JK.
that. All right. So, Miss Heather, you wanna?
Are we done? Oh, we're done.
Yeah, it's 59 minutes already.
Oh, huh. Well, you can tell them to subscribe.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel here and hit the notification bell. That way you get our awesome greatness every time we post something new or do a live show. Also, you can like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter, all at UsAndMoreYT.
Alright. Well, this is Us and More, and we
Us and More.
Us. I was going with the Italian thing. Us and More. I'm sorry, I don't know. As you say the I Leon or something. I don't know. Alright, well, this is Us and More, and we are living life to the fullest. Bye, guys.
See ya. Oh, you're loud over there.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not
closing.
It's not closing. We're still here, guys. Alright, let's try this.